IT professional. He came all the way from Ottawa, so he got to see the entire, pretty much the entire 401. Yeah, for when you come from Ottawa. Anyway, after graduating from U-Windsor with great distinction, he landed his dream job at the time with IBM Canada, where he continues to pursue his interest in technology. Franklin is extremely passionate about helping others to achieve their goals, live a life of purpose and fulfillment, and become their best versions. This was what sparked his interest in life coaching. During his time at the university, he served as a student leader within different groups, both on campus as well as off campus. These experiences helped to equip and prepare him for leadership positions he has been elected for in different settings outside of the university. He believes that great leaders lead by example and follow the slogan, "Do as I do, not as I say." So we'll see. We're going to unpack, give him some time to unpack that. But please give him a nice big round of applause for coming back to campus and sharing his story.
All right. Hello, everyone. How you guys doing today? Good? Awesome. Hey, look, I am really very excited to be here with you today. And just like you mentioned, I drove all the way from Ottawa because I know that whenever I come to University of Windsor, I'm going to be meeting with special, amazing people just like you. I say special. The fact that I drove all the way really to tell you that, right? That you guys are really special. So I am thrilled to be here. Thank you so much, Dr. Tim, for having me. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So just a very quick disclaimer. My brother over there, he's going to be taking a video capture of my presentation. I would like to have the recording on my YouTube channel, just so I can get more people to learn more about the presentation. Just wanted to throw that out there. Awesome, now let's go. So quickly, anyone here in first year? Awesome, wow, you guys are very welcome. And I'm sure you're gonna have an awesome and an amazing time here at the university, like I'm telling you that. And obviously, every other person here who is at the university can also attest to that as well. All right. So just as mentioned, my name is Franklin, and yes, I am an alumni here at the University of Windsor. I remember coming to Canada on the 6th of September, 2010. I remember it like vividly, like it was just yesterday, right? I came in all the way from Lagos, Nigeria, and I came in alone. So for me at the time, I just had a number of obstacles, man. So many different challenges that I had to face. At the time, talking about the culture shock was one thing. The other thing that I also had to the other hurdle I had to deal with was the difference in the climate. So for those of you who do not know, in Africa, like Nigeria specifically, there are only two different kind of weather conditions: the rainy season and the dry season. But here in Canada, you guys know, there are just several of them. And I was just really very happy that I came in the fall, not in the winter. So I had some time to prepare and get myself ready for the cold weather, which I'd never experienced rather before. And apart from that, too, because I was still relatively very young at the time, and I was thousands and thousands of miles away from my awesome, lovely family, I also had to deal with a couple of episodes of homesickness, right? Because I was just alone here in Canada at the time. But thankfully, none of those toppled me or ticked me off my railing. But I'm so glad that life is filled, not just with down times, but there are also up times as well. And thankfully, I was able to experience a number of good periods and good times that I'm very, very grateful for. For example, academically, I was privileged to have received a number of recognitions and awards from different sources, maybe on the Dean's list as well. And apart from that too, I was quite active on campus as well as off campus. So on campus, I was part of a program called Connecting for Success. So I served as a student mentor. And what I did actually was just to work with students, help them to get clarity on their visions and on their goals, not just academically, but also in other areas as well. I love that so much that I spent 3.5 years of the 5 years on campus doing that. That's just how much I loved it. So off campus, specifically at the church I attended back then, I was the vice president of the youth group, and I was also the leader of the ushering department. So I served those two different roles for about 2 years. And obviously those two roles, they really helped me a lot in terms of learning about leadership as well. So it was on the, was 16th of June, 2015. I graduated from the University of Windsor with a great distinction. That's me, the cool kid on the gown up there. And this is like my awesome Windsor family. So I had to say goodbye to them because sadly or happily, I relocated to Markham, Ontario. The week after, I started off a career journey at IBM Canada. So I've had the opportunity to have worked with a number of awesome people over there, and also done a lot of great projects as well. So I'm very grateful for that, for sure. I've always had a passion to help people, right? To help people to become their best, just as mentioned in my bio, and also help them with their goals. So in the last 4 years, I've been privileged to have published 3 different books. The first one here, this one, is a book on student success, just to help people, kind of like me sharing my experience. Because I also wanted to help students as well to achieve all-round success, not just being successful academically, but also in other areas. And the one in the middle is Crack the Dream Job Code. This one is meant to help immigrants to Canada to land their dream job, because as an immigrant to Canada, I know how much of a hard nut that can be to crack. So I collaborated with a couple of veteran immigrants who have been in the country for maybe like 20 years, 25 years, and I got to interview a couple of them. So the result was this book. And the final one, the Identity Manual. This one was born out of a period in my life where I think they call it an identity crisis. I felt like I did not know who I was, had a couple of obstacles as well on my journey. It wasn't a very cool place to be. So after I got out from that place, I was like, yeah, I would love to really help like people as well to come out from there if they're already there, and hopefully to help them not to get there. And so that's why I wrote that book. Still in the line of me helping people, I recently also just launched out, answered a call to become a life coach. So I work with professionals to help them get clarity on their visions and on their goals, personal and professional goals, and also to become their best self. It's been a wild journey, but yet interesting. I'm just also very grateful for that as well. The end. You know, like the way they say in fairy tales, and he lived happily ever after with some princess in the castle. Da, 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 da. There's no picture of that here. Anyway. But, you know, I share my story not to impress you, but hopefully I just want to impress upon you and also help you to see that anything is possible if you believe, if you're willing to work diligently also for what you desire and you want. I'm a person of faith as well, so I believe that also by the power of God. And so if there's anything you're going to take away from here, I just want you to, hopefully it's that you understand and you believe that anything is possible. So as a way of cementing that for you, I'd like you to just join me in saying this. I believe. So say it after me. I believe.
I believe.
Anything is possible.
Anything is possible.
Now I want you to say it like you really mean it, okay? I believe.
I believe.
Anything is possible.
Anything is possible.
So now look at the person sitting on your left and on your right and tell them anything is possible if you believe.
Anything is possible if you believe.
Anything is possible if you believe.
Anything is
You can also just give them a high five just to cement the deal. Just hope they have sealed it in their subconscious. Awesome. All right. Okay. So I have a very quick. Oh, you guys are having a lot of fun already, eh? That's good, that's good, that's good. So, just a very quick one. I want you to answer true or false. Everyone is a leader.
True.
If you think true, can I see your hand up?
True.
False? You can still put your hand up, it's fine. You know, there's no right or wrong answer. Okay. All right, awesome. I like your courage. Okay, so I think for me, for the past couple of, just looking back in my life, I've just had the opportunity and privilege to have been, say, appointed into different leadership roles, even looking back from like primary school or secondary school, like over here they call it high school. Secondary and primary school, I served as a captain. University, I kind of shared with you already. And even at my workplace, I've had the privilege to also lead people. And at the current church where I serve now, I have the opportunity to also lead a group of people. And I don't say that to brag or anything, but just to set the stage for what I'm about to share with you. And it's this. Just looking at those times and the experiences just leading other people. Something has become really very clear to me. That in order for you to effectively lead other people well, you must first lead yourself. You have to lead yourself well first before you can lead other people aright. And looking at the pages of history, it's filled with great leaders who were able to influence and impact and to lead people aright because they led by example. They led by example because they led themselves well. So great leaders like Nelson Mandela, Martin Luther King Jr., Mother Teresa, and the name goes on and on and on. Part of the reason we're able to talk about these people right now, because they led other people well, but mostly because they started by leading themselves well. And that's just why I believe so strongly that everybody is a leader, because the person you have to lead first is yourself. And then you can influence other people positively. So that's kind of where I stand in terms of that question up there. And during my time at the university, I had the opportunity to serve, as a student leader. And there were a couple of things and practices that I would say helped me to do well. I will not really say that I'm the greatest leader, student leader. No, I'm not going to claim that at all. But there are a couple of things that helped me in terms of leading, and they also continue to help me. And I'm going to be sharing two of them with you today. And I believe that they're also going to be very useful for you. So the practice number one is to know your why. And that's knowing purpose. And what I'm talking about here, at least for you at this stage, the question could be, why am I at the university? And the other one could be, why am I a student leader? Whether you decided to be the leader or someone appointed you to be the leader. I believe that those are going to be two powerful questions to ask yourself. And that's because your why is the driving force behind any single thing that you do. And the more accurately and sincerely you can answer those questions for yourself, the more you'll be able to make of your time and your experience at the university, and also when you're done with school as well. And those questions, the response you give to those questions would also direct the course of your time here at the university. It's going to dictate the people you spend most of your time with, the activities you spend most of your time doing, and most importantly, it is going to dictate and build and form the building block of motivation for you as you advance at the university, especially when things get tough. So notice how I use the word when and not if. Because things usually get tough. You guys agree with me, right? Things usually get tough. Things usually get tough, but when you know your why, and when you have strong and compelling reasons why you're doing what you're doing, then definitely there will be no mountain, no hills, or anything that would come in front of you and stop you from doing what you really want to do. When you have a strong and compelling reason why you're doing what you do. And in fact, that is one of the major driving forces that kept those great leaders going in spite of the odds and the challenges that were in front of them. And as you are thinking about your why and the purpose for those questions, I think it's also going to be worth including other people as well. Like your why shouldn't just be about you. Because if it's just about you, you're just going to wake up one morning and you'll be like, I quit, I'm not doing this anymore. And you're not going to feel bad about it. But when your why includes other people, people you love, people you care for, and people you've been called to serve, then you're more likely going to keep pushing in spite of how challenging the journey may be. So that's the first practice. Okay, so I like these affirmations because they actually help to cement what I'm really sharing. So I want us to say this one together. I know I'm here, and I'm here to excel. Just remind your neighbor, left and right to them, you're here to excel.
I know I'm here and I'm here to excel.
Yeah, all right. If you're following me so far, can I hear you say yes?
Yes.
Yes. You're going. You can also give a smiley face too. Here.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So that practice number 2 is to believe in yourself. Everyone say believe in yourself.
Believe in yourself.
Believe in yourself.
Believe in yourself.
Yes. As you advance on life's journey, also your journey here at the university, times are going to be challenging, times are going to be tough. But like they say, when the going gets tough, the get tough gets going. Yeah? So that is it. That is the mindset. And it's just, the bottom line and the truth that times are going to be challenging, times are going to be tough. And also, you may come across people who may not believe in you, people who may talk down on you, people who may look down on you, and all of those things. But your ability to believe in yourself in times like that will determine to a very huge degree your level of success. Someone once said that people succeed in life even when others don't believe in them. But hardly can someone succeed when he or she does not believe in himself or herself. So self-belief is a very essential piece to achieving success. And you know what? As leaders are always looking to do things outside of the norm. Leaders are always looking to break new grounds. Leaders are always looking to do things that seem impossible. And for that reason, people are going to oppose them. People are going to want to stand against them and pull them back. But again, when you believe that you're able to get it done, when you believe in yourself, then nothing and no one is going to hold you back. And that's why this is definitely very essential for achieving success, not just as a student leader, but as an individual in general. All right? Our affirmation again. You can say this after me. I believe in myself, and I expect to excel. And just tell the person sitting on your left and your right, I believe in you. Awesome. All right. So let's hear a wise word, something like a wise word from a wise guy, sage guy. Do you happen to know that guy? Who is that? No? You know him? You guys don't know him? Oh my God.
Master Shifu.
I think I've been watching a lot of more animations than you guys. So that's Master Shifu from Kung Fu Panda. So he has something to share. He says, I'm going to try to impersonate his voice. Let me try. If you only do... Okay, I'm not going to try. No. So he says, if you only do what you can do, you will never be more than you are. And so this is just my encouragement to you. So step out of your comfort zone and try to do things beyond what you are comfortable doing. Because when you step out of your comfort zone, I know it's going to be uncomfortable, but guess what? You're going to grow. And when you grow, you're going to become your best. And when you become your best, guess what? You're going to be happy. And I'm sure that every single one, who here doesn't want to be happy? Okay, I thought as much. All right, so how many of you are down to stepping out of your comfort zone? Can I see your hand up? You're down to stepping out of your comfort zone. Okay, awesome. You guys are, can you just give yourself a round of applause? Awesome, all right. Okay, so I know that I don't really have much time with you guys here, but there's so many things I would love to share with you, but I just don't have the time. So what I did is I have a collection of, actually 2 things that I would also give to you today. I have a collection of uplifting affirmations, like those affirmations that we just shared together. So I compiled a bunch of them. You can print them out and cut them out, stick them on your refrigerator, stick them on your mirror so that every morning you go to tell yourself, I am awesome, and all of those things. And you just prepare yourself for a great start. And then I also have an ebook. It's some of my top empowering quotes on identity, success, and self-discovery as well. So I just wanted to give that to you guys because I don't really have enough time to go deeper. All right? Okay, I feel like a professor right now doing the exercise. It almost feels like I'm giving you guys an assignment, but I just wanted to add this here. I just didn't want to come here and say a bunch of things and then you guys just leave and you maybe forget some of the things I shared. So I just want to like give an exercise per se, just for you to think about these questions, because I believe so strongly that transformation in our lives only comes when we give certain questions thoughts. We think about them and we also follow through with what we thought about. So if you can just take some time, you can also take screenshot of this as well, so you can think about this question. I'm just very confident that it will definitely help you on your journey at the university and in life in general. All right? So leave it there a bit. Okay. So just to wrap up. So at the end of your journey at the university, you're going to have your graduation ceremony. And I'm sure some of you are already like thinking of what you're going to do, the stunt you're going to pull. Are you going to come with a winning knot flag? Are you going to do front flip or back flip? You may already be thinking about it, but at your graduation ceremony, at the end of your journey, you're going to be awarded a certificate of completion, right? A certificate. Some of you are going to frame it, and you treat it like you're precious, precious, okay? But I want to assure you that what you get when you reach your destination is going to be nothing compared to who you would become at the time you get to your destination. It's not going to be anywhere close to that. So just come to think about it. In the next 2 to 4 years from today, perhaps you're done with your program, you're going to be a more effective leader. You're going to be wiser. You're going to be more knowledgeable in your field. You're going to be better at problem solving. You're going to be better at time management. You're going to be, better at doing all of those, a number of things that you never even thought you could do when you started at the beginning. And you would have built a number of those success skills that would prepare and equip you for massive success in the future. You know what, I think about this and I'm just like excited for you guys, and I hope that you also are excited about that for yourself as well. And you know what, I may not know you personally, but there are a couple of things that I know are absolutely, completely, and definitely true about you. That you have been endowed with seeds of greatness, talents, gifts, special abilities that the world cannot even wait to receive. And you have been engineered for accomplishments. You've been designed for excellence. And you are born to succeed and to excel in whatever it is that you do. So I hope that you're not going to settle for anything less than that. So with that, I just want to wish you the very best. And beyond the sky is your limit. And I also just want to remind you that you are more than enough. You are worthy and you're deserving. So just go do great, awesome, memorable, and amazing things. Okay? Thank you so much for your time. God bless. So, actually, before I leave, I know we have question and answer section, but I would definitely love to connect with you. I'm actually like every single place. Shelby, I'm everywhere. So I might check in, just like, reach out, connect with. I'd love to connect with you. If you have any questions or anything that you want to discuss, maybe outside of here, I'm happy to connect with you, okay? And there's a question and answer section as well, Q&A. So if you have any questions, let me know. I'm here. We still have some time.
Yeah, you did.
10.
Yeah, I was going to leave the questions for you.
Oh, sure.
You're doing a good job. Keep it up. Questions from the audience?
Don't be shy.
What did you do on stage when you graduated?
Oh, what did I do?
Yeah.
I was very, I'm not now, but right now, but I was a very shy guy back then. So I think I probably just walked in away.
I just laughed because I saw we the North.
That wasn't me.
I couldn't see in the picture.
That was definitely not me. In fact, there was this one time some guy got up there and he did front flip and I was like, oh, I can't do that.
We the North got a lot of applause.
Yeah, that was very brave and that was awesome. Nice move. So you guys be thinking right now, what am I going to do on stage? What am I going to do on stage? when I get there. You still have some time to think. No? Yes? Okay.
So what was the biggest change for you after you graduated?
I think that's a very good question. One thing that changed a lot for me, and it's funny you ask this question because I'd always been in school, right? And whenever I read, I was reading so I could know to pass an exam or a test. And I remember after I was done university, guess what? There were no exams anymore. So I was like, I still love to read. Like, I read a lot. So I started asking myself, why am I reading now? And then I realized that life was the exam. Right? Life was the exam. And I had to change my motivation behind reading. So now I read books to know than to do. Because again, prior to that, I was actually like, man, like I was reading a lot of books, but I was like, yo, I'm not actually doing anything with the knowledge I'm acquiring reading the books. There are no more exams. Until I had that switch, ooh, life is now the exam. So I had to start reading to know so I can apply, change my life. Because I know, like, you know, there are different dimensions in life. So I just wanted to, you know, be sure that my knowledge is not leading me to just for knowing sake, but to apply and to make transformation in my life. So I think for me, that was one of the biggest changes that I made after graduation. Okay, going one, going twice. Oh, yeah, someone has a question. Okay. Oh.
Mentorship play a big role in your life and helping you with your self-belief and doing things that you haven't seen other people do.
Okay, so she asked if mentorship helped me. Is it just at school or afterwards? Both. Okay, so she asked if mentorship played a role in, like progress for me in my life. And yes, I think for me, I've always had people around me that I run to whenever I have any form of doubt. And it was just so funny how a number of times people believed in me more than I believed in myself. And so I was like, oh my God, what? I just almost couldn't believe it. And I think for me, that was one of the biggest roles that those, the mentors, they played in my life. People helping and supporting me in the area of career, with spiritual growth, and even with academics as well. And even to date, I still have, mentors, I have coaches that I work with to help me, because I just believe that, they not only help to cement the self-belief, but they also help to fast track the success on the journey as well. So 100%. Did I answer the question? Okay, I think someone else had a question.
What is a profound memory from your U-Windsor experience that's shaped you as a leader today?
Oh my God. That's a very deep question. Let me think. So this one is more so, what was a profound memory that
experience you had as a student that shaped you as a leader today?
That shaped me as a leader? So I think for me, it would be, I'll just share two different ones. So one of them would just be during my role as a student mentor, because serving as a mentor, you're literally guiding or leading by example, right? I'm not gonna come share with this person or someone is struggling or one of the students I'm working with. I'm not just going to tell them to do certain things that I'm not doing, right? It's out of integrity and whatnot. So I think for me, that experience really helped me a lot to be accountable more to myself, because the name of the game is also accountability as well. And just getting to see how people were looking to get support from me, it humbled me, number one. And it also helped me to to be on my feet, right? Because again, people are looking up to me, so I'm like, no. Not in a way like it put pressure on me. Maybe that was there, but it wasn't like a way to put pressure on me to make me fearful. But it humbled me, and it also helped me to see that, wow, people are actually looking up to me. So that's where it goes back to leading by example. And I think it's even since then that I've been taking like those terms really very seriously. I want to lead by example. I just don't want to tell people to do certain things. And the same thing actually also applied when I was, serving as like the youth leader and also at the head of the ushering department. For example, I cannot tell folks to come by 10 o'clock, and I come by 10:30, right? So I have to do as I say. So whatever it is that I say, I want to do it because I know that people are also watching, and there may not be any like one specific story that I can think about, but just to put everything, sum it up, I think it was those experiences, just knowing that, okay, I'm telling folks to do stuff, and I cannot be doing the opposite. So I have to be in integrity with myself, and I have to hold myself accountable, knowing fully well that I'm leading other people, and I want to lead them right too. So I think for me, those are some of the profound moments, per se, that just continue to help me in that area. Did I answer? Yeah? Awesome. Great. Thank you. Hello.
Hi. I'm sure you have a lot of experience networking, like getting a job with IBM right out of graduation. So,
Okay.
what tips do you have with networking, as an undergraduate student?
Okay. All right. Yeah, absolutely. That's a very good question. So, I remember vividly, there are a couple of things that I did when I was getting ready. What year are you now?
It's third year.
Third year. Oh, okay, almost there. Are you doing co-op?
No.
Okay. I think for me, there are just a couple of things that helped me in preparing me for career. One of them was the co-op. I found it to be very valuable. So I really wanted to do it. And yeah, I know you're not doing that. That's fine. I'm not saying it to make you feel guilty or anything. No, it's never too late or anything like that. But if there's a way, for example, that you're able to get some form of experience working at a company, if it's going to be internship, whether or not it's going to be paid, it doesn't really matter. So long as you're able to have some form of experience that you can include in your resume, and I just believe that it will definitely help you as well. And apart from that, too, doing projects, personal projects. If you have courses that you can take online that may offer you a certificate of completion, it doesn't have to be that, but most importantly, the course would guide you through completing a project. And that project you can claim and be like, I did this. You can showcase that on maybe a resume or whatnot. So that's something. And I remember something else that I did this one and people were like, what is wrong with you? But I was like, no, I was really looking out to get a job. So I'm like, yeah, I really need to do it. So what I did as well was I went on LinkedIn and I highlighted those companies that I was looking to work with. I went to look out for recruiters in those companies. And I messaged so many of them. It became very obvious that some folks in my contacts were like, why do you have so many recruiters that you're following? I'm like, yeah, this is what I'm trying to achieve, right? And definitely it was really worth it, right? So I think for me, those are some of the very top things. And obviously attending networking events as well, in person, in virtual, just doing as much as you possibly can. That's something I would just share. I don't know if that was that useful? Yeah. Okay, awesome. Great. All right.
Just a quick question.
Sure.
So, as a leader, have you felt regretted on any decision?
Pardon?
So, as a leader, have you regretted on doing a certain decision, in anything? And how do you tackle that thing personally?
Okay. Wow, that's a very good question. And as you made that statement, something just came to mind. Ooh, and no, I'll share it. So I think for me, one action that I took at one point that I don't want to say that it still hurts me, but I think about it and I'm like, whoa, I should have done better, right? I remember there was this one time where, like there's a group of people that I was leading as well. I was leading, and they were consistently showing up late. And it got to the point that it became really very clear that their roles weren't filled. So personally, it looked bad on me because then like the management is not going to come after them because they don't know who was meant to be there. And obviously I tried my best. I always had the schedules prepared months ahead of time, so they know. So like, if you're not able to make it, I need to know so I can have somebody else occupy that spot. But these guys kept showing up late, and I called a meeting one time, and I'm not happy about the way I responded. I think I almost blew up as well. So I was like, no, that's not how to do it. So I did not know how to respond in times like that at the time, but now it's something that I'm better at. Just working more closely with people, having empathy, understanding what's happening, as opposed to just blowing up. So I think for me that was one incident where I felt that I just did not do it well. But thankfully I've been able to learn ways to handle situations like that better. Did that help?
Yeah, thank you. And also I like to add that, so there are also two seasons in Canada. One is winter, other is construction.
Woo! Can I just do a mic drop? Awesome. That's very good. Okay, anyone else? Oh, hi.
You talk a lot about why, and you mentioned a lot of different reasons. I wanted to ask if you could try your best to summarize all of that in just a few words or a sentence. What inspires you? Why do you do it?
Wow, that's really very deep. I think for me, wait, just one word, or can I just?
You can do one word. You can do one sentence. I'm not giving you any.
Okay, no restriction. You know what? I really want to drive the point home. So please, don't give me one word. If it's okay, I'll just try not to do it. So when I was at the university, I think for me there were a couple of reasons why I wanted to, excel and do well. One of them is that obviously I wanted to further my education and whatnot. And I think the other one for me would just be, like I mentioned to you guys, like the why shouldn't, it just cannot be about it because one day you'll be very tired, discouraged, and you wake up and you don't feel like doing it anymore. So I always thought about my family. I came in as an international student and paid a lot of money for that. So I was like, wow, the least I could do is to do well and make them proud, right? I just wanted to make them happy. I wanted to make them proud. And I know it was also going to prepare and set the stage for me to do well in life as well. And at the time, I was the first person in my family to come to Canada. My brother here, who is helping, he just came in last year. So I wanted to be an example. And I also wanted to inspire other people too, not just people in my family. I wanted to inspire other people who are coming in as well and other students in general. And so I was always thinking about this whenever I fell down. And I did not even share to you guys. Times really got very tough that, man, I actually did cry. Honestly, that's how tough it was. They say big boys don't cry, but back then I was not a big boy, so just excuse me back then. That was, there's nothing wrong with crying. I still do too. But I think for me, thinking about the people, why I'm doing what I'm doing, and I think the same thing too applies for right now, with whatever it is that I'm doing, with life coaching or with speaking. It's not just about me. I know that I'm here to serve, so I'm thinking about the people that I've been called to serve. I want to inspire change. I want to inspire transformation in people. And it's not life is not just about me, for example. It's about the people that I've been called to serve as well. So I think for me, that's what drives me to this point. I want to be able to make an impact and a difference in the lives of other people too. Did I answer? Sorry, I don't know how many words, 1,000 words. I hope you got the point. You can just help me compact it. All right. Okay, hey. Okay, you just have time?
How do you,
This will be our last question, because lunch is waiting.
All right.
maybe just some people don't check and ask them, one-on-one.
No, you go for it, Ryan. You've earned it.
So like when you moved to Canada, like on your own, I'm assuming like no family, right?
I mean, we'll just
How do you
see.
like kind of deal with like that loneliness, I guess?
Yeah, that's a very good question. So for me, I've always valued community, and I cannot overemphasize how useful and valuable it's been for me. So I lived in 3 different cities so far: Windsor, Markham, and now I'm in Ottawa. So the change, man, it wasn't just like fun. I'm still happy to move because I know that I'll be fine. And that's because what I'm about to share with you. I value community a lot. When I got in here, one of the communities that I found like really very valuable was like my church community, right? So I would go there like multiple times in a week because not just to grow spiritually, but I also just love the community or the group of people that I get to surround myself with as well. And so just building community, not just like in places of worship, but outside of that as well. I think those have been they've been the backbone of my support systems. I have a number of communities that I get to meet with because again, like life can be quite challenging. So I'm trying to get all the help and the support that I can get. People that I connect with in the States, here in Canada, through Facebook groups, and people that I also meet in person as well. So I think for me, it's just been community. Having a group of people that you can talk to about how you're feeling, because times are going to be challenging, and that's why we need people. They say that no one is an island, right? So just having those group of people that you can trust, people that you can confide in, people that care for you, and that have your back. I think for me, that has been the backbone of my support system. Did that help? Yeah? I saw your hand up too. No? Okay. Awesome. All right. Okay, so this is a mic drop.
Yeah, I'm going to take the mic.
Okay.
Thank you.
So let's give him a big round of applause for coming all the way from Ottawa, joining us. So happy to have you here as an alum and share all of your affirmations. Got to high five in the middle of the presentation. I didn't get to do that until today. So
all right. Let's do it again.
Yeah, all right. So that was wonderful, and I really like. I forget the name of the person you quoted, and you were going to say his name, but it was, if you're always doing what you already know how to do, you're not going to be more.
Master Shifu.
Master Shifu. Okay.
That's a real name.
Yeah, I believe it. Yeah, from Kung Fu Panda. So that'll be my takeaway today, to always to get students and myself to push that limit and to do something new. And I like to think we do that every day at the University of Windsor. So I hope that'll be a takeaway, and the many other great things that you had to share. So